What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about the fifth phase in my tmnt cinematic universe. So let's get into it. The first movie in this universe is called Ronin. So, since the last phase, since I didn't really was able to finish that one, let's just say the Shadows of the Past series ends with some of the turtles dying, and Michelangelo is the last one standing. And in this movie called Ronin, it's not going to be called The Last Ronin yet. That is for the sequel. This is going to be a big movie for Michelangelo's character. Many character development is going to happen for his character. I would love to dive deep into his character. And instead of calling himself Michelangelo, he just calls himself Ronin. And I think the best thing to do with this first issue or first movie is to base it off of all of the Lost Years issues. Since I'm pretty sure the last Ronin Lost Years is not going to finish right now, but the first issue is pretty good, which I feel like would be a perfect basis for this 1 hour movie. Cut to the next movie. So you're probably wondering, why is this slime on your screen? Probably because the next movie is going to be called Krang, Chaos of the Cologne. This movie is going to be primarily about Krang. He's never in his robot body. He's always in his normal form, the alien brain ball sack looking thing. He is definitely going to be one of the characters that you least expect to see throughout this whole thing. This whole entire final saga, the Ronin saga. Basically, he is going to be just jumping around somewhere. Now let's get into the plot. The plot is very easy to get into. He is going to find his robot body, but his robot body has a bounty on one person. Their name is Technodromia, a girl version of the robot giant that works with Krang, not the Technodrome, and also a female version of Krang. Krang has to work with the giant robot to take down Krang Mania. The next movie in this phase is called The Last Ronin, First Ronin. First Ronin Call. This movie is going to be primarily based on the first volume of The Last Ronin comics. And I gotta say, oh, this sequel sort of starts about a year after the events of the first one. And it's kind of sad because Michelangelo is lonely. He's lonely. Nobody's there for him. He thinks everyone is dead. And the main villain of this movie is going to be Krang. From the last movie, Krang has been run down. He was beat by Technodromia. And maybe it ends with, like, oh, maybe there's going to be a sequel. Even though when I wrote it down, there is no sequel. Basically, that's the end. This movie's the end of Krang's character as Michelangelo in a scene grabs Leo's katana and runs toward Krang, and Krang just chops off Mikey's arm. Mikey is still able to like wield his sword, and I feel like if this is gonna be really dark and grotesque, he just shoves the sword through his arm that is missing his like hand and stuff. and then he just jabs it into Krang's eye. That'd be cool. The next and final movie of this phase is going to be called tmnt. It's not going to be about tmnt. It's going to be called The Last Ronin. The Last Ronin. I gotta find something. And this one is going to be called The Last Technodrome. The Last Ronin, The Last Technodrome. This is the final movie of the trilogy right here. And Michelangelo in this movie has to face against a new Technodrome that was built right before the end of the last movie. As we learn throughout this movie, Mikey is gonna have to try his hardest. Oh, they're cute. He's gonna try his best to defeat this new Technodrome that is hard for him to defeat. That he doesn't know what will happen. The Technodromia will look like the Michael Bay version of Krang, because I feel like that'd be more natural. That's how I see it. It's more natural. Credit to this person, they did good. This is what he'll look like. Credit to this person, though. You deserve the credit. The, the Technodrome guy will look like this, and he'll attack Mikey. And Mikey says, maybe I just killed you a couple of days ago. And then he just, at the end of the movie, he like stops holding the trigger and he just kills. This is amazing. Credit to this person for living the life. But he kills, Michelangelo kills, like, ends this Technodrome and sends a signal to all Technodromes all over the world and says, order, or Earth is not great. Do not come here. Oh,